you're saying that these people are prejudiced,
I'm not saying that.
You're saying they're not prejudiced, are they therefore tolerant of gay people?
How can they be tolerant if you have, in this country 20 years ago it was against the law to be homosexual? Are you saying in a neo-colonialistic valor that everybody should do as the English do and everybody should do what the British say they must do? Is that what you're saying? Because that's neo-colonial, that's new colonialism. Meaning that you want now that you've changed your mind about homosexuality, everybody else that was once your colonists must also follow suit. Is that what you're saying?
People have changed their attitudes towards
absolutely.
The same battle for black people as for gay people.
Absolutely. No, the black and gay is two different issues. Black people are a race, gay is a sexual preference. So you can never have those two in the same bag.
Never bring them together.
What's in there? I'm both black and gay, so I'm standing in one body right now. I mean, it's interesting you talk about the Doctah X campaign, and that's fantastic. Hearing your views on that's very, very interesting. However, just in terms of artists, obviously, any artist who's going to be international has to be one that's going to respect
no one has to be anything.
Okay, any artist who chooses to be international, as in Beanie Man or Elephant Man, even the hip hop artists or those from North America. In the UK, there is a law about incitement.
Absolutely. One should follow the law.
In Jamaica, there's a penal code of 40, which is, I'm saying, antiquated homosexuality.
Oh, so now it's antiquated because you see, this is what I'm saying. If you then call it antiquated, it's a law. It's either not the law that put Peter Tatchell got an arrest was 1860. Was that antiquated? The law that governed homosexuals in 1553 by Henry VIII, is that antiquated? You can't use that statement. Leave the people to have their law if that's so big.
Okay, then you talk about the fact that the lyrics are harmless in the same way that you might talk about them as different colours. If this was a series of lyrics that was inciting hatred towards black people, towards black women, towards whoever, let me finish. If those were lyrics that incited hatred towards you or I, telling anybody in the general public that they can put a gun to our head, that they can machete us, that they can put a gun up our arse, that they can pull our trousers down and pop, pop, pop. If you had those lyrics inciting violence against black people, what would be said?
I don't condone violence against any group of people. If you then then what we need to do is then we need to go to television and theatre and take all the violence out of every form of art. You need to go back to the museums and take all these rupturing of animals and left there as forms of statues and art. Take them out. What you're talking about is taking violence completely out of society, which I think is erroneous and can't be done. What I am saying is that if they were actually talking about killing gays actually, then we would say, well, okay, that's wrong. But what I'm saying, in its art form, it should stay in its art form. You want to take it out because you want to obviously spread your tolerance. You want people to be tolerant of you. The Muslims and the Hindus are another group that religiously are against homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, there's always going to be people that are going to be against it. Because there's a set of black people in this country who's become very, very tolerant. That doesn't mean every black person should become tolerant of that same thing.
I agree. There's no issue.
So follow the law in this country.
There's no issue for me about the situation. As a black person, your parents, my parents, I presume, came here and saw on the doors of many lodgings, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish.
That has nothing to do.
No, it has a tremendous amount to do with the way in which people can or cannot discourse or live their life in a particular society. It has a lot to do with what you can do in terms of inciting violence against me. I'm black, just like you're black. This is not about to be tactile here. You talk about black and gay being separate things. I am black and I am gay.
Well, let me tell you.
In that sense, let me finish. In that sense, whatever these lyrics might do, they're also in terms of just being out there. They do to me. They do to my brothers. They do to you. They do to every other black family.
Those are the lyrics.
To every black family.
Those aren't the lyrics.
To every black family.
If you want to,
ragga or hip hop.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I have no record of attacking any homosexuals. No one I know has a record of attacking homosexuals. What you're doing is you're taking metaphor, colloquialism, and slang outside, and you're trying to colonize it. You're trying to turn it into something that you have now accepted, which is the integration into another society, which is fair enough. But then you cannot then impose the integration on another group of people. If you do not want these guys,
Bombay in a nigger's head.
No, I don't know what. No, I haven't heard that song.
No, but that is exactly what's been said about homosexuals.
No, it isn't.
About gay men.
No, it isn't. It doesn't go like that.
Okay, well, maybe it doesn't go. I'm a black man. I'm a black man. As a black man.
It doesn't go like that. It depends on how integrated a black man you are. I don't know what type of black man you are. There are many types of black men. There are sellout black men. There are Uncle Tom black men. What type of black man are you? They're gay black men. They're straight black men. Which type of black man are you? So the fact that you're a colour does not allude you to a culture. And we're talking about a cultural identity here, not a colour.
The Amnesty International has cited various cases where there's a direct link between the kind of lyrics that come out of records like.
Well, I've looked on Amnesty International, and that's a recent event since Peter Tatchell. So what we're saying is that when he's talking about no, but what I'm saying is that the basis for his argument is based upon lies and propaganda. So if it was about truth, if it was about the lyrics, then all that should be happening is that you say to these artists that your lyrics are unwelcome in these songs. Not all your lyrics, not your livelihood shouldn't be under threat. What has happened here is that the gay people and Outrage have put these individuals who've come from zinc houses, shanty towns and ghettos, they put their livelihood under threat. The moment reggae has raised its head above the sort of murky waters. So therefore, we as a cultural group need to fight for those people. Now, if you have a problem with what's happening in terms of that, then fight the problem on lyrics. Don't fight on the fact that these guys are inciting hatred and they're criminals. This is what is propaganda. This is what is inflammatory and negrophobic. Historically speaking, reggae music and music from the black cultural experience has been a music of resistance and of consciousness. Resistance, absolutely resistance. Why is it then? Why is it that some artists have have chosen to use lyrics then of oppression? Why is that? No, you said resistance. Why? You said resistance, and so when you have a culture that's trying to.
That was just the build-up to the question. The question was, why is it that some contemporary artists are using lyrics of oppression over another?
That is not oppression. That's not oppression of another group. What you have in Jamaica is a different climate from the one you have over here. What they have, you are breaking the law to engage in homosexuality. In this country, you used to be hanged for that same law. So either you could say it was oppressive or not, but it was the law. So and these people, and the last censor, 96% of the population was against homosexuality. So you're getting a democratic state here, but you're still trying to force, whether you're black, green or yellow, you're still trying to force your opinions on another group of people.
So in your view, you talked about different kinds of black. So in your view,
there are sellout blacks. Yeah, they're sellout blacks. They're integrated blacks. They're blacks who'd rather be white than black. There's many types of blacks, so we don't know which one.
So in your view, what is the right kind of black?
I don't know what right kind of black. I said there are different kinds of black. I didn't say there are cultural black, which possess and advocate a particular lifestyle. They're gay blacks, which possess and advocate a political and they're sellout blacks and they're integrated blacks. There are many types of blacks.
So what kind of black is a gay black?
A gay black.
So what kind of black?
I don't know. Whatever his beliefs are, whatever his hobbies are, whatever he's into. So whether or not, if he's into ragga, we know there are many gay blacks who enjoy ragga and are not offended by any of them. Exactly. Well, so therefore, what is the crux of what you're trying to get from me?
I'm just asking your opinion.
Okay, well, many people are asking.
This is not a news item.
No, what I'm saying is that you've engaged me for a very long time, and there's other people trying to do the same thing. So I want to know where it's getting to.
I basically wanted to hear your opinion.
Okay.
I basically wanted to hear your argument.
You've heard quite a few of them.
Yeah, and I'm interested in, you're talking in very much in black and white terms. What I'm interested in is a lot of grey area in what's happening.
Yeah, there's not grey people. There's only black and white.
See,
what you're saying, what I'm saying is that clearly you want to advocate gay lifestyle, clearly, right?
What I'm interested in.
Clearly we want to hold on to a cultural lifestyle that says that we find what we consider to be an unnatural act, unhealthy and probably distasteful. So that is our democratic right. And if you're saying these guys are inciting hate, then say that, and then let's look at the lyrics and let's deal with the lyrics. But what you're not doing, that's not what you're doing. What you're doing is dictating terms, is trying to get them to shut down the music, apologise, and send letters of apology, all stuff that, you know, you can't blame a group of people who come from a culture like that and then expect to bring them to their knees so that and feel that is a comfortable situation for them to be in. You know what I'm saying? That's oppressive and negrophobic. So what I am saying is that we are against violence in the music, but there's violence in rap, there's violence in rock, there's violence in every music. So if you're going to then shut down violence in music, then shut down violence in all music.
What if it was a black person who said what?
Who's
saying what Peter Thatcher was saying? What if it was a black person?
And what if we start to rain now and the ground was to open up? The problem is that when you start to move the goalposts, you want me to answer hypothetical questions, it starts to get silly. We've got to do with the reality of what's happening. And if you want to do that, why don't you just take up the whole banner and then we see what happens? But to put me in a hypothetical situation and expect me to answer it realistically is like you're not satisfied with my answer so far. And I don't think we can just keep going on forever.
It's been good talking.
Thank you,
we'll be in touch again.